Chinese artificial intelligence company Deepseek burst on the scene this week and absolutely tanked the stock of American tech giant Nvidia, whose OpenAI ChatGPT was the previous gold standard for AI intelligence.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
Now, Deepseek is being described as a mysterious force from the East. It's being led by their founder, Lianwen Fang, who says that he created this OpenAI ChatGPT competitor for just $5 million. He says that Deepseek is just as good as OpenAI ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Meta's AI, all of these billion-dollar tech giants. He says that they figured it out. Deepseek can do it all for just $5 million, an absolute fraction of the cost. Now, naturally, that sends the entire tech world and the stock market into an absolute fucking tailspin. Nvidia loses $600 billion in a day.
So all our money's gone.
All your money.
Cryptocurrency down everywhere. Everything across the entire tech world, poof, gone overnight. $1 trillion in market cap just disappears overnight because DeepSeek bursts on the scene. Now, this is all because Nvidia used to have basically a monopoly on the AI situation. They were kind of the gatekeepers of the entire technology because the chips that they create are essentially a prerequisite for anybody who wants to do any sort of AI technology. So if you're trying to create a ChatGPT, if you're trying to get into the AI world, you need to use NVIDIA chips. So obviously they control the entire market. They control the entire industry. That's why their stock was up 900% since 2023. Everybody believed that in order to do anything in this field, you had to go through NVIDIA. But along comes DeepSeek and they say, no, we did it ourselves and we did it for $5 million. Now, some people think that they have cracked the code and figured it out. You know what I think? I think it's time to get your tinfoil hats out, folks, because there is no way, and I mean no way, you have created an AI technology that can somehow go toe-to-toe with OpenAI, with Meta, with Google, literally these companies that are worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and you figured out how to do it for a mere $5 million. That is literally pennies when you are talking about the tech world. I mean, nothing is less than $1 billion, and this guy does it for $5 million? Yeah, in your bra. Something stinks to high heavens, my friends. And I don't know what it is. I'm not enough of an expert on the situation, but I can tell you there are a few things that apply to the situation. Number one, you get what you pay for, okay? If something is $5 million and the other competitors like $100 billion technology, they're not the same. They're not the same. Maybe initially with people fucking around, talking to ChatGPT, treating it like it's Google. Oh, it can answer my questions. Oh, it has some sort of AI intelligence. Maybe it can do that. There's simply no way, if it's only a $5 million technology, that it can replicate everything that the multi-billion-dollar companies do. It just can't. It's not possible. Another little phrase I like to live by: if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Something's up. You don't just undercut the most difficult, expensive, and cutting-edge industry in the world with at a fraction of the cost. And it's just like, yeah, no, we figured it out. No. Something's going on there. Now, there's already rumors that DeepSeek is illegally using NVIDIA chips that they bought on the black market. Currently, there is an embargo that does not allow any Chinese tech companies to use NVIDIA's microchips. So anybody in China doing this type of DeepSeek, doing some sort of AI technology, it would be under the assumption that they're not using NVIDIA chips because of these trade restrictions. However, if they went and got them on the black market, now that's a horse of a different color, because essentially that means that NVIDIA is still at the top of the game. Yeah, maybe DeepSeek is a new competitor in the field, but if they're still using NVIDIA, it's like, no, you're still going through us. We still run the block. We still run this game. So whether or not it's black market chips, whether or not they're just straight up lying about the cost, whether or not it's actually as effective as some of these other technologies, remains to be seen. I think we all need to give it more than just like 48 hours before we all jump to conclusions, rush to these assumptions and tank the global market and the entire tech industry as we know it, okay? Maybe give it a couple weeks for people to actually dig into it and use it. Just because you know how to spit a couple prompts in DeepSeek doesn't mean it's as effective and as powerful as these major tech companies. This makes me feel like China is they need to establish themselves. They need to at least the world to believe they can do it without American help. They need to feel like they can get around this embargo. We're at the front of the industry. Everything runs through us. Everything is on the table here because there's just simply no way that somebody can stroll in with $5 million. That is, literal chump change that any company could scrape together. Any entrepreneur can get you that money. Anybody in this field could throw around that kind of cash. And you're telling me that, all it took was a few bucks to take down, one of the greatest tech giants in the history of civilization? I don't think so. Something is fishy here, man. And when you're being described as a mysterious force from the East, he had just met with the Chinese premier to talk about all things tech. Donald Trump back in office. It just, too much is going on right now for me to just take that at face value and be like, oh yeah, no, it totally checks out. These guys spent, $250 gazillion, but these guys did it for the same price of a fancy house. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know enough. There's a reason why I'm the idiot wearing a tinfoil hat. But I'm telling you, something is going on here, and it's going to take more than just a couple days to get to the bottom of it. So before everybody panics and sells and dips on NVIDIA and thinks that, it's all over and the AI world has completely shifted, pump the brakes and let's see what we're actually dealing with here, because something stinks to high heavens with this DeepSeek news. Mark my words.